What's going on in the Atlanta real estate market? What's going on with home values? Where are the best schools? Cleve has all the answers for you. Call Cleve Atlanta Real Estate Show on Talk Radio 640 WGST. Now, here's Cleve Gaddis.
Let's jump right into our first topic of discussion, and that is thanks, Brexit. Well-qualified U.S. buyers should reap a windfall. This is an article from RIS Media. That's RIS Media. You can find them rismedia.com. Alfie, did you hear about Great Britain?
Oh, yes.
Or the United Kingdom voting to leave the European Union?
Yes, I'm a little confused by that. So apparently they are out. Can you kind of break it down in a term? I kind of understand what it is, but...
And I don't know all of the time frames. Evidently, they've been part of the European Union since the 70s.
But basically, they have their own currency, correct? From what I heard, from them kind of exiting the European Union, now they can have their own currency, correct?
Well, you know what, Alfie? I wish I knew all of the details. I think they've always used the pound. I don't know that they've ever used the euro in United Kingdom. Maybe a listener can call in and tell us. They might know better, 770-497-0000. But what they're doing is I think they are tired of being under someone else's control. And I think they're tired of having immigration issues forced on them, and they just want a little bit more autonomy. They want a little bit more self-control, and they think they can do that by exiting the European Union. Now, it is, as I understand it, a non-binding resolution, meaning it's going to take up to 2 years for it to take effect, and there's probably a lot of ways for them to change their mind and stay in the European Union. But what happened, Alfie, is, even though a lot of people around the world were surprised by Britain's vote to leave the European Union, and it really, it created panic across really all of the world. The markets dropped and all kinds of things. U.S. home buyers, to be honest with you, have a very definable windfall when it comes to United Kingdom voting to leave the European Union, because mortgage interest rates are now the lowest that they've been since 2012. If you remember, Alfie, and we talk about this quite often, as we have things that create uncertainty throughout the rest of the world, generally that pushes mortgage interest rates lower in the United States. You say, why is that? Well, because money from around the world likes to invest in U.S. Treasuries, and the next safest investment to a U.S. Treasury bond is a mortgage-backed security. So as the yield on the U.S. Treasury goes down, so does the rate on the mortgage-backed securities as well. They're saying, again, the average 30-year conforming rate last week was very near the averages not recorded since late 2012. And as you know, lower interest rates produce lower monthly payments and greater buying power for buyers. So give an example, those buyers that are well qualified can now afford a home that is 8% more expensive than at the beginning of the year and pay the exact same interest rate, which is more than enough to increase the anywhere from 3 to 5% price increases that have taken place in our market since the beginning of the year. So ultimately, I think uncertainty from around the world always bodes well for U.S. home buyers in terms of their cost to finance a home. You're looking at me like you got a question, Alfie.
Oh, no, I'm just kind of soaking it in.
You're soaking it in. Normally, you don't stare at me so intently.
Well, I'm just soaking it in all
I'm like, what did I do? Do I have something on my face? Is there something I need to do? It's really amazing how the world is such a big place, but yet one change, and I was going to say one little change. It's not a little change. It's a big change as I understand it. But one change on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean could affect interest rates in the United States of America.
Yeah, exactly. Like just the way that our market was affected by it has nothing to do with us.
Yes.
But yet it still affects us.
And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think the stock market has already recovered everything that it lost the day after. And I think that was a total surprise. I think the bookies, the bookmakers around the world thought that the odds were that they would stay part of the European Union and not vote to leave the European Union. So I think it was interesting. And the Prime Minister resigned.
Oh.
The UK Prime Minister resigned the very next day, said he didn't think he was the person to lead the United Kingdom into the future. If you've just joined us, you're listening to the Call Cleve Atlanta Real Estate Show. If you need to reach us, 770-497-0000 is the number to call.
This is Call Cleve Atlanta Real Estate Show on Talk Radio 640 WGST.